How Rayquaza broke both Pokémon Emerald and the competitive scene forever, after Archie and Maxie almost destroy the world of Pokémon. Rayquaza descends from the skies with a heavenly light and spanks the shit out his two children. After Rayquaza's immense spiritual pressure, Rayquaza returns back to Sky Pillar to sleep once again, until a 10-year-old throws a Master Ball and the great Serpent of the Sky is your bitch. In Pokémon Emerald, you're allowed to capture Rayquaza at level 70 prior to challenging the Elite Four. Unlike other legendaries, which are typically reserved for post-game encounters, the path to acquiring Rayquaza involves navigating the Sky Pillar, which requires the Mach Bike to traverse cracked floors, the most atrocious Pokémon puzzle to ever exist. You gotta effectively weaken and capture the level 70 Rayquaza, or just throw a Master Ball at the God of the Skies, and he's yours to keep forever. The game designers likely intended the capture of Rayquaza to be a real challenge, requiring a pretty good team. However, by making it available before the Elite Four at an already level 70, the power balance breaks completely. The team Pokémon you would have by the time you reach the end of the story should already be enough to fight the Elite Four, adding a level 70, essentially giving you the legendary with the most busted base stats to your already capable roster of a team, creates an overwhelming power creep against the Elite Four, whose Pokémon are significantly lower in level. This design decision effectively bypasses the traditional progression curve, where players are meant to gradually level up and strategize their team to overcome the end of the game. Instead, Rayquaza offers a direct and immediate advantage, undermining the intended difficulty of the Elite Four and sense of earned accomplishment for the game's concluding challenge. Rayquaza's inherent power is evident in its exceptional base stats. It has a total base stat of 680, with a great stat of 105 HP, 150 attack, 90 defense, 150 special attack, 90 special defense, and 95 speed, which back in the day was considered fast. These stats position Rayquaza among the most powerful Pokémon introduced in Generation 3. Its Dragon's flying typing provides incredible resistance to fire, water, grass, and fighting type attacks, alongside an immunity to ground type moves. Its primary vulnerabilities are to dragon, rock, and a notable 4 times weakness to ice type attacks. For optimal in-game performance, particularly for sweeping through the Elite Four, a physical attacking build is highly effective. An Adamant Nature or Jolly Nature is ideal to maximize its 150 base attack stat, while a special attacking set is also viable given its equally high special attack. The physical move pool, especially with Dragon Dance, offers more impact against the Elite Four's composition. For a held item, Rayquaza is so OP that you don't even have to give it an item, but you can slap on something like an Oranberry, and even that would be overkill. Dragon Dance is a crucial status-increasing move, simultaneously boosts Rayquaza's sky-high attack and speed by 1 stage. This enables Rayquaza to outspeed and often one-shot most opponents. Extreme Speed, a powerful normal-type priority move with 80 base power that always moves first. This is invaluable for finishing off weakened foes or bypassing faster threats that might otherwise pose a challenge. I wonder who gave Rayquaza Extreme Speed, the move that always goes first. How they want this thing to be. Earthquake, a 100 base power or ground type physical attack. This provides excellent coverage against common types such as steel, rock, fire, and electric. Dragon Claw, an 80 base power dragon type physical attack. It benefits from stab and is crucial for hitting other dragon type Pokemon for super effective damage. It can effectively demolish almost all offensive type requirements for the Elite Four challenge. The ability to simultaneously boost both offensive and speed stats with Dragon Dance transforms it from merely a strong Pokemon into a singular, nearly unstoppable sweeper. This negates the traditional need for a balanced team composition, as one Pokemon can handle almost every threat, rendering the strategic team building aspect of the game almost irrelevant for the final challenge. This creates a one Pokemon army scenario where the player's other 5 Pokemon often become secondary. The battle against the Elite Four and the Champion. Rayquaza's level 70 provides a really big advantage over the Elite Four and Champions teams, whose highest level Pokemon is Wallace's Melodic at level 58, and this 12 level is just ridiculous. I mean, Game Freak, what were you thinking? Rayquaza versus Sydney's team. Mightyena at level 46, Shiftry at level 48, Cacturne level 46, Crawdaunt level 48, and Absol at level 49. Dragon Claw / Extreme Speed. Overwhelming neutral damage due to level disparity. Flamethrower as a TM you can get from the casino is super effective against Shiftry and Cacturne, breezing through Sydney. Next up is Phoebe, who has a Dusclops level 48, 2 Bannettes level 49, and Sableye at level 50. You can teach it Crunch, which is super effective against all ghost types, but you probably wouldn't need it because you can slay all of her Pokemon with neutral damage. Dragon Claw, causing overwhelming neutral damage against Sableye due to level difference. Next up is Glacia, the hardest Elite Four member in my opinion, especially for Rayquaza for her Celio at level 50 and level 52, Glalie at level 50 and level 52 as well, and Walrein at level 53, but if you can get Flamethrower on Ray, it can fry through at these ice types as Rayquaza does outspeed them all. And finally, Drake, the Dragon Master himself. Drake's faster Salamence might give you a bit of a trouble, but even Salamence bows down under its celestial creator, if you know what I am talking about. But you can absolutely destroy Drake's team with just 2 outrages, which will one-shot Flygon, Alturia, Kingdraw, Shelgon, and Salamence. Rayquaza is that broken. And finally, Wallace. The champion has a team of 6 water-type Pokemon, some with secondary typings ranging from level 55 to 58, with Melodic being his ace at level 58. Water types are generally weak to electric and grass moves. While Rayquaza does not have a primary electric or grass stab, its extensive TM compatibility allows it to learn Thunderbolt, which is 4 times super effective against Wallace's Gyarados. Earthquake is super effective against Whiscash. Even neutral Dragon Claw or extreme speed attacks from a level 70 Rayquaza will be devastating due to the sheer power and level difference. Wallace's team is designed to be diverse within the water type, featuring secondary typings that typically demand varied counters from the player's team. However, Rayquaza's expansive TM compatibility allows it to hit almost every one of Wallace's Pokemon for super effective damage, or at least overwhelming neutral damage. The variety in Wallace's team intended to challenge the player is effectively nullified by Rayquaza's singular offensive coverage. The final boss battle, the culmination of the game's challenge, is now reduced to a simple type matching exercise that Rayquaza can perform almost single-handedly, removing the grand finale's intended difficulty and sense of accomplishment.
Hey! Come on, man! That's too easy!
And that's how easy it is to actually beat the Elite Four and champion in Pokemon Emerald. This choice from Game Freak single-handedly breaks the ending of Emerald.
Anyways, please subscribe. I can't thank you guys enough for 1.6 thousand subscribers. Help me reach that 10,000 mark. Thank you.
I am inevitable.
Mega Rayquaza.
I fear no man, but that thing, it scares me.
Just when you think that Rayquaza is already the most overpowered Pokemon, and Game Freak broke the game once again. Even in its base form, Rayquaza immediately established itself as a dominant force in Generation 3's competitive scene. It was classified in the Uber tier by communities in Smogon, a designation reserved for Pokemon deemed too powerful for the standard OU tier. Its base stat total of 680, coupled with symmetrical 150 attack and 150 special attack stats, made it an immediate and versatile offensive threat. Rayquaza's ability, Airlock, played a particularly significant role in its competitive viability. Airlock negates the effects of weather conditions while Rayquaza is active. This was crucial in Generation 3 Ubers, where weather-setting abilities like Groudon's Drought and Kyogre's Drizzle were crucial to many strategies. By neutralizing these weather effects, Rayquaza provided strategic flexibility, denying the primary advantages of its legendary counterparts, and allowing for neutral matchups where other Pokemon might struggle. The Uber tier in Generation 3 was already a collection of powerful legendaries. Rayquaza's unique combination of high offensive stats, a strong stab typing Dragon/Flying, and an ability that directly countered the prevailing weather setters made it exceptionally versatile. It was not merely strong, it was a meta-defining force capable of adapting to and disrupting common strategy, already pushing the boundaries of what was considered competitively balanced even among the most powerful Pokemon. This early dominance set the stage for its later, even more extreme impact, demonstrating the consistent trend of Rayquaza pushing the limits of power. But the thing that truly broke the entire competitive scene, the release of Pokémon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire in Generation 6, marked a pivotal moment with the introduction of Mega Evolution, and with it, Mega Rayquaza. This new form elevated Rayquaza's power to unprecedented levels, boasting an astounding base stats total of 780. Its attack and special attack stats soared to an incredible 180 each, and its speed increased to 115. Mega Rayquaza's new ability, Delta Stream, further solidified its dominance. Delta Stream creates strong winds upon entry, which not only disable other weather effects, but critically nullify the flying type's traditional weaknesses to electric, ice, and rock attacks, making them neutral or even resistant. This dramatically enhanced its defensive profile, reducing its crippling 4x ice weakness to a mere 2x weakness and making rock-type attacks deal neutral damage. Perhaps the most significant factor in Mega Rayquaza's competitive disruption was its unique ability to hold an item while Mega Evolving. Unlike all other Mega Evolutions, which require a specific Mega Stone, Mega Rayquaza does not. This allowed it to equip any item, such as a Life Orb for further damage boosts or a Choice Scarf for unparalleled speed, making it incredibly unpredictable and even more dangerous. The sheer dominance of Mega Rayquaza was so overwhelming that the competitive community took an unprecedented step. It was banned from the Ubers tier just 1 week after the release of Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. This level of power necessitated the creation of an entirely new tier, Anything Goes, specifically designed to house Mega Rayquaza and other Pokemon deemed too powerful even for the Ubers environment. People's nightmares explicitly describe Mega Rayquaza as the premier offensive threat in Anything Goes, and having been too busted for Ubers. Its ban set a significant precedent for future tiering decisions, and paved the way for monsters such as Zacian Crowned in Generation 8 and many more. The creation of Anything Goes was not merely a reaction to one powerful Pokemon, it represented a fundamental shift in competitive Pokemon's tiering philosophy as a whole. Before Mega Rayquaza, the Ubers tier was considered the absolute peak of power. Mega Rayquaza shattered this ceiling by being so far above the existing power curve that it broke the established rules of competitive balance. Its unique ability to hold an item while Mega Evolving meant it had no real drawbacks compared to other Mega Evolutions, effectively creating an entirely new class of threat. This forced the competitive team to acknowledge a level of power beyond Uber, thus creating a tier above Ubers. This event permanently altered the landscape of competitive Pokemon, demonstrating that game design could produce Pokemon so overwhelmingly powerful that they required their own, clause-less environment, fundamentally challenging the notion of a balanced metagame at the highest level. It solidified Rayquaza's legacy as the ultimate game breaker. Mega Rayquaza's competitive viability stemmed from its diverse and devastating sets. A common and highly effective strategy involved Dragon Dance sets. This build capitalized on Dragon Dance to boost its already monstrous attack and speed, often paired with Dragon Ascent. Its signature 120 base power flying type stab move and extreme speed for powerful priority, V-Create, a 180 base power fire type move that lowers the user's stats, served as a potent coverage option against steel and ice types. Earthquake was also a staple for hitting steel and rock types effectively. Beyond setup sweepers, choice item sets, such as Choice Band for boosting physical attack or a Choice Scarf for boosting speed, were also highly viable due to its unique ability to hold an item while Mega evolved. These sets allowed Mega Rayquaza to function as an immediate wall breaker or revenge killer, providing flexibility in team composition. Rayquaza's impact on Pokémon Emerald and the broader competitive scene illustrates a fascinating case study in game balance. In Pokémon Emerald, its early game accessibility at level 70 provided an overwhelming advantage, effectively trivializing the Elite Four and Champion Challenge. This diminished the need for strategic team building and careful play, as Rayquaza's sheer power and versatile move pool allowed it to single-handedly overcome most obstacles. The game's carefully constructed progression and difficulty curve were largely bypassed, leading to a less engaging and challenging final experience for players who chose to utilize the legendary. Rayquaza's influence extended to the competitive arena. Its base form was already recognized as an uber threat in Generation 3 capable of disrupting established weather-based strategies. However, the introduction of Mega Rayquaza in Generation 6 marked a significant change in the history of competitive Pokemon. With an unprecedented base stat total, a game-changing ability in Delta Stream that mitigated its weaknesses, and the unique privilege of holding any item while Mega Evolving, it became an unparalleled force. This level of power was so extreme that it necessitated its immediate ban from the Ubers tier, leading to the creation of the Anything Goes tier. This event fundamentally reshaped the competitive landscape, establishing a new benchmark for overpowered Pokemon. The evidence strongly suggests that Rayquaza significantly disrupted the intended balance of both the single-player experience and competitive play. It exposed limitations in game design and competitive tiering, pushing the boundaries of power in ways that forced significant adaptations. Ultimately, Rayquaza stands as a compelling example of how a single Pokemon can profoundly alter the perception and playability of an entire franchise, leaving an indelible mark on its legacy.